Okay. Oh, it is. It is dark. Forgot the. There we go. Alrighty. It's right up in here. It's kind of quiet. Aside from the nice warm hearth. Alright. So, two things. First things first is we need some proper references. So, we're not really going for a savanna per se, but it's more savanna than it is other things. It's not grasslands, it's not forests, and it's not savanna. It's rolling hills. Kind of more like it's kind of more like steppes. I guess we could try steppes. But nobody would really call it steppes because I don't think people would actually call it what it's actually called. Well, this is a 20 by 20 map. 20 squares is how many feet? 10 squares is 50 feet. So we should go something like there we go. 3,000. Alright, now we have a 30 by 30 map. And we need to get some reference art. Yeah, steps aren't really being done in maps. Not in the traditional sense. So I need to go Savannah. This isn't a bad one. Copy image. Yo, hey Reaper, how's it going, bud? It's seriously quarter after already? Ah, jeez. This is a decent map, also. I'm doing alright. I'm doing alright. I just gotta quickly put together an encounter map for a while for tonight. So, because apparently I forgot to do that. I had everything else set up. It's like just a random encounter map. A random environment map. So I'm looking for something that's kind of more like the rolling hills and steppes. And we're gonna just kind of utilize it as an invitation. This is actually really good here. This is a really good reference piece here, actually. It's really freaking tiny, though. Why is that image so small? It shouldn't be that small. Excuse me. There we go, that's a little bit better. I shall pester you both on YouTube and Twitch. Alright, I appreciate it. Like this. Alright, so, question for the West March games, is the town we're at have sand on the ground? There'd be like... Sand isn't quite right. I think it'd be better to call it dry dirt. Oh my gosh, no you're not. Stop it. Stop it. It's not sand per se, it's more like dry dirt. Dust. Yeah, it's more dust than it is sand. Like a good, like the reason that I say dry dirt is because not everybody understands what dust actually means. Sand is ground up rock, whereas dirt, it's a different substance. Like, yeah, it's still rock, but it's a little bit different. Oh my gosh, you two. I gotta clear some stuff out of this thing. We only got about 17 gigs of space left on it. Only a quarter terabyte hard drive, but Earth is mostly other materials. Yeah. Map stuff. Map assets. Alright. Let's see here. Oops, I didn't want to do that. Damn it. Open folder location. There we go. Will you run a game around this time? I can't consistently be up at this time early enough. There's two reasons why I won't run a game at this time. And that is mostly because I can't get up early enough on a consistent basis. And two, like, in order to be able to run a proper game, like, I have, like, right now I have less than an hour. I have less than an hour and a half. Grass sparse. Why is it not snapping? Dried dirt slash dust to use to throw into people's monsters' eyes. Yes, Reaper. You can have pocket sand. Alright. But pocket sand is a DC 10 dexterity save, and it takes an action to use, and it only blinds them for a round. So while you can do it, it is generally referred to as the inefficient department. Alright, there we go. There's the grass. Alright. So, let's get like some sort of path through this area, because all these have a path of some kind. This is a little bit meh. Where are those ridges? Yeah, like that kinda... That doesn't really make hills, though. How does one make hills? Like, how do you get this hill effect here? These aren't hills, these are more like ridges. There's like... I guess it's a texturing thing. Can't really do that. I guess the best I can kind of do is something along the lines of just make like small cliff edges. Old ridges. Now where is... S tier grassy cliffs. No, that's old still. I still use these old ones, so I guess it's fine. Because if I use something like this, that's gonna create like this path kind of pattern. Oh, I should actually make a folder here. Elevation. Also, I should close that. Can I flip this? I wonder. Kinda. That doesn't really work though. This one probably works though. Yeah. Rotate 180 degrees. There we go. There's no vertical style ones, is there? I don't know how well this is gonna look if I rotate it this way. I mean, it works. and then grab this one. Then just flip it. I guess that's one way I can just kind of like create elevation. Why does this one look wrong? Not sure. What the? Gosh. All right. And then flip. There we go. Alright, that works. We need rocks. Or boulders. Do I have boulders? If I have boulders, I don't know if they're called boulders in my map assets or if I just have rocks. No, it's just rocks. Okay. So rock, and not plural, because that'll give you something different. Alright, and while that loads and searches my entire, like, massive ass library, I'm gonna go get myself some coffee. It's not just a boulder, it's a rock. Yes, it is. Here we go. Rocks folder. Where is this? Natural decor. Okay. Rocks. Oh, inside of rocks, I have boulders, pebble stones, and rocks. Okay, boulders. What color should we have here? We got like this. We got earthy stone. We got sandstone, we got red rock, we got slate. We got slate with blue energy in it. We got magma rock. Probably more of an earthy kind of tone. Also, the boulder should not be inside of the elevation. boulder. Red clay, peat. I don't have that. Like the redstone is kind of a well, maybe. This is the redstone here. It's not like I'm not gonna use that rock, but maybe something that was like, because that's my earthy tone versus my clay tone. Like that's the sandstone. I think the sandstone is definitely not going to happen, and then slate is just not the right color. Like I'm working kind of limitedly here. Honestly, I think the red works the best. I might have to go in and change the color a little bit. I don't really want to do that though. Like, I think it's a difference between these two. I'm very limited in my boulder colors. So I'm gonna get rid of this red boulder, but we are gonna use that red color because I think I can do a slight like color shift. Just a very slight one. Just make it a little bit more, just like slightly more brown. Or slightly more gray. And I think we have a winner. Let's see here. I want... This is going to be like an ambush kind of location. Either ambush for the players or ambush for the monsters. So, let's start with this. And... let's grab a couple different boulders here. Let's just grab a couple. Alright. Small. I don't like doing it, but I'm willing to do it for this. And hopefully it doesn't screw up the pixelization too much. It's not bad. It's not bad. I can rotate usually about once and it's alright. Alright. Put like a piece of one here. We don't need that. We don't need that many. Because this actually keeps me rotating it that way keeps it from being damaged for whatever reason. And I'm actually going to do something very important here, which is show grid. That is incorrect. It is a single inch grid. So this is the grid that we're working with. It's time for me to go to bed because I have to wake up relatively, for me, early. Yeah. Cheers, Reaper. Enjoy your rest. I can't just do the entire group, really? Alright, color balance. Want slightly less red, slightly more green, slightly more yellow. Oh, ew, no. cancel that. No, I want hue chroma. Because I want the hue to be... There we go. That's a little bit more what I was kind of looking for, I think. Yeah, that's a lot better. That's a lot better. Fortunately, I have various, like the different variations of the colors of rock that I do have make it pretty easy, because I know that I can go in and change a single color in GIMP. So what I can do with those molten rocks with the light, with the color in it, I can just say, all right, I want to take the blue and I want to chroma shift it, and be able to get like reds and greens and things like that. But that's a much better color. All right, so I need some bushes. Natural decor. Fallen leaves. Those are all way too bright. Crystals. Wait, crystals? Oh, yeah. I got a lot of crystals. Okay, hey. No. Logs. No. Rocks. I've already been in here. Although I do need some stones. Shit, what did I just do with this? It was like a little bit on the hue, slightly less chroma, slightly more chroma, slightly less light. Last used. Here we go. Today. Yeah, last used today. I need to, like, so I can actually just select that. That's good. Okay. In that case, that's actually really good. So I got some stones. So let's just bring in all of these stones. The stones are kind of just everywhere. Alright, undo one. There we go. And then we go hue chroma, last used. Okay. There we go. Now the stones match. Alright, we get rid of this grid because it's making things harder to see. Alright, now I just need a few bushes. Because, yeah, like, stones are just kind of... Like, this is more of a desert, but even then, there's, like, a couple of stones here and there. Like, there's some stones here and there on this. They're just everywhere in this one. This is kind of like a stony canyon. So I think I need something a little bit along the lines of I need some vegetation. Twigs? No, there isn't really any trees. Map assets. I guess it'd be under terrain? No. Do I have things for trees? No. There's... Is it under decor for trees? Where's my trees? Flora. Here we go. Flora. Bushes. Let's start with a few bushes. No berry bushes. We want something a little bit, on the, like, the more yellowish, orange, not yellow per se. I kind of like the darker yellow. There we go. That's a 2x2. I don't want 2x2s. Actually, I do. Those are too bright. That's a half dozen bushes. That should be fine. Okay. I should also create a folder. Yeah, put it underneath the cliff like that. That's real great. I will have to change this thing's layer though, because I am gonna put one like kind of right here, just like to kind of hide beneath the ridge a little. This one I'm just gonna put here, like right here. Oh, it's not even in the folder. Get in the folder. Above the elevations. There we go. Much better. And lock this in place so I don't have to worry about accidentally moving it. Alright, so this is looking okay so far. There's something about it that's missing, like it's missing some stuff though. This has got a lot more going on. This is pretty simple. We'll get a tree. Like a similarly yellow tree. You know what? No. Let's get like one big yellow tree. There we go. There's a 5x5. this in above everything. There we go. I need some dirt. Like dirt patches to make this look a little bit more, you know? Long grass, water plants, bunch of other small plants. Okay. They're more the yellow kind. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let's go with like let's just bring one of each of these in. And while that's loading, dirt. Actually, do I have dust? Do I have a dust pattern? And I need to add a folder. Small planty. All right. And I should add like a very small... Okay, so I don't. Let's go dirt. There's a very like... There's gotta be like something that's very dust-like in my dirt pattern with Pebbo. Open file location. What is that? You know what? I'm having an idea. First off, that is a massive texture. Second, we're gonna reduce this to like... We're gonna shrink this down actually. Scale it down to like 1/4 size, I think. Yeah. And then we're just gonna take the eraser. A little bigger than that. Oh my gosh. Add alpha, add an alpha channel. Then reduce visual by just a little bit less than that. Alright. Paste. And then we rotate it. Stick it here. paste. Then we rotate it the other way. To get like up in here. Then we paste. And then we do a full 180 rotate. Stick it like here. And then I'm just gonna select this, and then we, yeah, like that adds quite a bit. I might reduce its visual just a little bit further. Yeah, that definitely adds to it rather than takes away. It doesn't make it feel like there's too much happening. But it definitely feels like there's a lot going on, like more going on. Okay. I need water. / river. I need thin rivers. Like I should be able to make small river stuff. I only have like the larger assets, unfortunately, and I don't want to keep reducing them because then it looks kind of weird. But I may be stuck. Old lakes, rivers, maybe in here. Kind of like the dirty water. We got the ice shore water. That's not helpful here. Ice, broken stuff. Yeah, so it's just like I'm very limited on water assets. Cascades, waterfalls, ripples, lakes, rivers. This would still be grass. Actually, dirt would make more sense here. And just have like a very small river that flows around. So I got the two pieces of the two sides of the river. This would be clean water, not sea water. Well, ocean blue, sea green. Time is it? Oh, it's 6 o'clock. I got lots of time. This is like, I'm actually kind of happy with this as is right now. So we're just gonna be adding all the spice to it. So let's start with all right. Well, let's scroll all the way up here and start by river. All right. Let's start with a like line kind of piece here. All right, this needs to be reduced in size. This needs to be like 1/3 scale. No. Half scale. Yeah, half scale is appropriate. and then we got this piece. You know, all those years ago in high school when I took Photoshop, or not Photoshop, when I took a cyber arts as a class, I did not think I'd be making I did not think that I would be making maps for D&D. Funny how life works like that. Let's do this. We're gonna flip horizontally. Oh my goodness. One second, my daughter's screaming. Of course I'm muted. Fuck's sakes. Basic simple. Got this. Alright, well, we'll just do it this way. Okay, and then just delete all that. And we're gonna paste over that. Do I have any more blanks? No, I don't. Okay, good. Anchor. And then delete all that. Oh my gosh. Select none is Control Shift. What you doing? I'm making a map for my session this evening. And now I just need to add water stuff to this. Waterfalls. Gotta prep mine. Yeah. Now, I'm gonna experiment with this a little because I don't really know how to use these things. So we're gonna find out how this kind of works. Let's just take this. And then the waterfall, I believe, has to be above the river. So, like the waterfall piece. So, we're going to see how this kind of works. This needs to be shrunk down. Probably down to 200, actually. Nah, that's too small. How does one waterfall? That doesn't look right, does it? That don't look right. It looks too big. Let's Google. I have other assets that are shorter. So I got waterfall top, waterfall middle, waterfall mist, and then just waterfall. I've got smaller pieces to work with. I need something that's on the short side. Here we go. This might actually work pretty well. This is kind of like the extra little bit on top there. This makes a little bit more sense. Is it supposed to be smaller? And then waterfall top. Oh my gosh, child. So something that's kind of more like... That doesn't look right, but maybe I just get rid of this and keep the waterfall top. And just scale it down so it actually kind of fits inside. One moment. Maybe something a little bit more like that. Because now you can kind of see like the water ridge that's there. Well, maybe I have to move it upwards a little bit, but like I have to trim up the sides, I think, a little bit, so it's not like. But it definitely looks like it's going down now. That looks a little better. If I grab just so you don't see any. Yeah, that looks like there's a ridge there, right? Kinda, sorta. Maybe if I move it up a little bit. You know what? I need to like. What if I just rotate it just a little bit? That might be a little bit better. Because it's not supposed to be misty at the bottom. There's not enough, like, it's not falling far enough for that. Just kind of bubble, I think. Maybe you're right. Also, hey, Heavenly. It's been a while. I don't think I have an asset for that though. Like I have very tiny mist, so maybe the tiny mist will work. Actually this might work. This might work. Just kind of. Anchor the gear, make them a little bit more faded. No. I don't think I have anything that really fits that, unfortunately. Ripples, jets, foam? No, that's more for like the F4. Cascade. No, that's more violent. Like, I think it's just one of those things, like, because of how small this ridge is supposed to be, like, this ridge is supposed to only be, like, 5 feet. Ripples sounds close. Maybe. The problem with the ripples is that they are actually ripples. Like, maybe if I get used a lot and just kind of shrink it down, something like this. Like, that's what the ripples look like. So maybe if we go with something like this and then rotate it. And just shrink it down. Kinda. kinda, but not really. No, I agree. Like, this is only supposed to be like a foot or two. So honestly, like, maybe, well, there's always foam. That's the thing. There's always foam. So what if we go with, like, something like this? Just get rid of this. That kind of works. That kind of works. Shrink it down a little bit. And then we'll just like kind of fade it a bit so that it's a little bit more in the background. Same thing with this other waterfall piece here. Should actually be up here. Same with this other waterfall piece, like just kind of fade it down a little bit more. So it's just like, there's the ridge there, but that's kind of it. That, I'm content with that because it kind of just shows that there is a bit of a ridge there. There is one thing that I am doing though. And that is, I do want a water. I do want a water rock in the river. So something like, oh, that's way too big. That is exceedingly too big. There we go. Something like that. Like just one water rock. I got it easy because I have assets like that. These I do actually have like assets that already have the ripples on it, so it's just like I get to kind of cheat a little. I didn't make a single one of these assets, by the way. Oh, these are all just free assets off the internet. But you know, like I'm content with this. Is it the best map ever? No. But does it work? Does it look decent? Yeah. And for something that I made in an hour, I'm not unhappy about it. Like I'm quite content with me spending an hour and this is kind of the result. Like, I'm not an experienced map maker or anything like that, so I can't complain. I gotta do, like, a ton of studying of, like, how stuff works in nature. That's actually a really dumb idea. Just go into Google Maps, look for random locations in the world, and just, like, scan down and just make a copy of it. I mean, it would work, right? And just make an imitation. Because nobody can argue. It's like, why does this look real? It's like, because it's actually a place. Suburban Iowa. To be fair, I would probably go to something like New Zealand for this, because this is supposed to be like a kind of a Rohan kind of imitation. But yeah. Let's get like let's get like 3 more rocks. Oh, whoops. There we go. I think I did 1/6 scale. Yeah. I may actually have to go down further. 1/10 scale. I hope that doesn't pixelate it too much. It's kind of pixely. Weird thing like where I can map perfectly fine as long as it's not for my own games. I feel that. I absolutely feel that. Hold on, if I arbitrarily rotate, does it usually blurs it a little. Does that look better or worse? It kind of looks a little better, it being blurred slightly. It does, it's like, it's not great, but it does help it just a little bit. It lets me kind of get away with it. The other problem is that there are gray stones here and that there's brown stones here. They're just clean. They're just clean. They're just no dirt on them. Like, it's easy for me to do, like, little clever things, like add dirt patches to kind of make the area look a little bit more arid. Because that's just actually, like, just cobble dirt patches that have just really faded down. Which you probably wouldn't even notice that they were there unless I said something. Yeah, it's like someone asks, like, oh, they're clean. That's my answer. Someone asks, I'm like, yeah, it's like, why are these gray? It's like, because they're clean. All right, I'm happy about this. I'm happy about this. We're just gonna save it. Roving Horselands. Wandering. And this is encounter. We'll just go encounter 1. Save. Yeah. It doesn't have to be perfect. Like, I gotta do, if I'm gonna make good maps, I need to actually do like a ton of maps, like a ton of studying of like actual real world. If I want to actually understand it. Like, yeah, I have some references, but this is like a much more lush area than I was kind of thinking. This is more for like the hills. But I'm like, I don't like these hills, so I kind of went with something like this instead. Well, And then this is desert, but whatever. This is kind of like the idea I was going with, but there's a lot more going on here. But yeah, just worry about it on world maps and stuff personally. Yeah, like it's more about the like world maps. Like one of the things I actually care a lot about. Oh, it's gonna do that. Okay. Is getting like. Where is like getting my cities correct? Like that's like this is more important to me. Right? Like it's simple. These are simple assets, but these are like I tried to make this like this is close to scale. Like some of these houses are a little bit small, but but these assets are only like 100 pixels. So it's just like I don't want to mess with it because it's gonna get really grody really fast. But I also actually didn't check in instead of an editor. So this is like the actual working file, but my export maps. Scale is personally the hardest for me in maps. Like you always forget how big a 5-foot square is on a square is, or a mile, or a square mile is. Well, I usually do it in hexes, and then I do hexes in days travel on grass. So basically a hex is about 4 miles is how I scale most of my larger maps, because everything else I'm like, I'll just bring it down to like this level. But I'm actually gonna look for the where's the bigger one? Here's the bigger one. Is it Control Shift drag? No. Oh my gosh. Alright. Copy. Paste. There we go. Delete this layer. Or just undo. There we go. So this is the upscaled one. I went to a, I went and found a way to upscale it, because some of these things look a little bit bad at low resolution. So now if I have it, where's the grid? Show grid. Configure grid. So if I have this as per inch, which is not what it was supposed to be. I think it's supposed to be I think it's supposed to be per 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's 25. There we go. So this is it to scale. If I were to put it down on a battle map. So like that's how big a character token is. Well, they feel small, but how big is a medieval house? right? Like some of them are small, but so I have to go through and curate my assets a little bit. But something like this would be a big house, because a house only needs to be, especially if it's like for a single person. Like this is a 5 by 15. 5 by 15, like you can do a lot with a 5 by 15. Because you don't need to cook there. You go to a tavern or a tavern to eat, or you eat it, or you just eat outside. Like, what do you use a house for most of the time in a medieval period? Mostly sleep and store your stuff, and that's about it. Yeah, like that's one of the downsides of kind of like how tokens work, but that's one of the reasons why. See if I can get Owlbear here. Because, like, use it as a trap. What? Yeah, because, like, this is like a 15-foot wide house is pretty decent, but a 15 wide battle map is cramped. Right. But it's like here's a 5-foot size token. But they only take up like this much of a chair. Right? Like, that's a proper scaled chair. Because most chairs are only about 2.5 feet wide. Maybe 3 at most. So it's like this is the space. The space is the effective space they take up in battle. We don't talk about 5-foot wide doors. No, we don't. Like, this is a door. Like, it don't look like it, but she can fit through that just fine. This is part of the reasons why I use round tokens for player characters. Like, this is the main reason why I prefer round tokens for players, because round tokens make you feel a bit smaller. We're gonna start closing some of this stuff. We don't need these references anymore. Also, I just noticed that's not synced correctly. That's fine though. I'll take that. But yeah, so like a player character should be something more along the lines of, if I can find one. Probably way down here at the back. Yeah, like this is a player's character size token, right? Like she looks much smaller, even though they're both 5-foot size tokens. Yeah. Like, she looks like she'd fit through this door okay. So this is kind of why I like round tokens as opposed to square tokens. I like square tokens for large creatures, because it makes them feel like they're actually big. Because large round tokens don't really feel all that big. Like, Like, she feels like she's big, but she doesn't feel, like, huge here. Whereas this... like, that feels much bigger. Right? So it's like, it's those weird things. Alright, I'm gonna close Owlbear before it kills my computer. Yeah. Like, I usually use square to mark NPCs as opposed to player characters, because then it's easier for players to recognize. But unfortunately, the round... like, you almost have to... like, granted, you can do it in Owlbear really, really easily. I almost kind of wish to go 4 feet in size for like a 5-foot square token. Just so that they fit in the world a little better, but then it looks a little bit weird, but then it doesn't look quite right on the grid. It's also a giant pain to have to adjust every single token. At the very, well, maybe not every single token, but like every single base token to be 4 feet instead of 5 feet. It might be something that I do in the future, but, ugh, gosh. What? Shut up, Toby. For fun, pop out of the border type stuff. Yeah, if people want to do that, it does allow for a little room of that. All right. So we're gonna. Did I export this? No, I didn't. All right. So we're gonna export this as Encounter 1 PDF. I may actually have to export it as a JPEG just so that I can upload it. Because right now it's a 70 meg file. Should be fine. Alright. Well, I got 5 minutes left, so I'm just going to call it here, I think. Thank you very much for swinging by. It's good to hear from you again there, Heavenly. It's been a little bit. And I forgot to change my title the entire time. Like an absolute idiot. I'm gonna fix it now. There, fixed. There, it was like this the whole time, I swear. But yeah, I mean, again, it took me about an hour to make that. And I'm content with what it became. Especially when I have a small, like, I know what I want as I make it. There's a lot of like little flair and things like that I could definitely add to make it better, but I just don't have the head knowledge for that to be able to do that efficiently. And I prefer taking things a little bit slower and a little bit more chill anyway, so that way I don't burn out from it. The little bit of plant life here and there and the extra stones I've kind of threw in, do kind of like add just enough to make it feel plausible. Although I guess these little plants should actually be more like closer to the river. But, you know, whatever. It's fine. So I'm going to call it here. Thank you very much for swinging by. Appreciate it, everybody that did. I will be back, I guess, Friday. Maps aren't the game, so it's fine. Exactly. I care more about actually making the encounter, but I care a lot about having decent maps for people to be on, because I kind of really personally like that visual aid, especially with people that don't have that aren't actually able to imagine pictures. Because I've had a couple of players that are like that over the years, that just they actually can't see like the words being described to them as pictures. They need actual visuals. So, but yeah, I need to figure out a new font, different font color for the, or just a different, or I just need to get a darker parchment for my background for the text. It's a little hard to read. So, actually, hold on. I might be able to do this right now. Burn the parchment. There we go. How's that? There we go. Burn the parchment. That actually works a lot better than I thought it would. Nice urban hue. Like an Umber Hulk, yeah. I don't like how... Now I feel like I have to change the map making encounter. Well, that's a tavern background. What exactly did I do to this? Filters. I added a color correction and I reduced the brightness by 0.121. Okay. I'm gonna change the text, the title one as well. Color correction. And then title. We're gonna change this to white. There we go. Nope. Nope. That hurts. We're not doing that. Is highly incompetent. Yeah, no kidding. White is just too, like, this is a strong enough font that it doesn't require it. So you know what? We're just gonna we're just gonna fix that. It's impact. Impact needs no color. It's true. Maybe that's why I like it so much. Makes it easy. All right, I am out of time. I gotta get going. I gotta get going to work. So, till next time, guys. Really appreciate it once again. And yeah, have a nice day.